Hi everybody, my name is Asanubia. In this my topic, I'm going to talk about setting up a staff for performance review or performance assessment, or setting up someone for performance, how you can evaluate someone for performance, whether he's a good person or is not working well or is not working towards your own assessment. In this one, you have to set number one, you have to set a goals for performance review or assessment. You have to set a goal. What are you looking for? Which line they should follow, because it has to be like in terms of business or your organization or government areas, how people are, their outcome, how are they doing? Are they doing well? Are they productive? Are they ministering their duty and responsibility? Then point number two, you have to set a personal development goal. Yeah. Then point number three, you have to agree both of the above with the person being appraised. Yeah, because you have your auditing or your form at the end of the year, that to show people how they do their work, if they are effective, if they are productive. So you have to make the form known to everybody that these are the criteria we are looking for. These are what in the form, your commitments, your sales record, or what are you looking for. I'm going to talk about five things that leaders should know if you are going wrong. What you should know if things go wrong. If things go wrong, what you should do when you are doing performance review, right? Number one, be aware that staff can react in a number of ways if they are receiving negative feedback. Like if you are working with, if you are a supervisor, manager, or superior over anyone, if you're trying to manage them, if you are giving a bad feedback of them all the time, some people might react in a very bad way, and it will lead to conflicts. So you have to always aware of that negative situation, how you can handle that negative situation. So like sometimes in friendship, if you have your friend, your friend always you always telling me negative things, you are this, you are try to advise him, sometimes they will bounce back at you. So you have to know how you can handle short situation. Then point number two is hostility and resistance denial, attacking the facts or your credibility. Sometimes when you are doing your performance review, people will attack your staffs, will attack your credibility. Then point number three, indifference. Do not care what changes or attitude a person puts about. Just be liberal, facts, and be logic. Then point number four is the responsibility avoidance. Shift blame, not planning to change. Sometimes people, when they know that they have a negative feedback from their manager or supervisor, they start not doing their job properly. They give negative feedback. So you have to know how we can handle this situation. Then point number five, shock and anger become an emotional. So these people always become very angry at a faster peak, when you give your own performance review about them. So you have to watch out for this one. Then I'm going to talk about 7 things of good practicing in making a performance review. 7 things leaders should know in good practicing making performance review. Number one, think about how you praise your feedback. You have to think about that, how you put your feedback. Then number two, looking for a sign of agitation, that is verbal or non-verbal. Then point number three, allow the employee to vent up of their point. Yeah. You allow the employee so they will come up with their own point. Then point number 4, do not fake agreements. It will calm down the person and make 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 you the company original or document. Don't fake any document. They have to sign the original document, so it will not be complex for them. Then point number 5, remain calm. Do not respond to any rising emotional with a rising emotion. This simply means that when you are doing performance review, you don't have to be emotional. Emotional in a sense that you have to face the fact and logic. The fact and logic. You don't have to be sentimental. You just facing the reality in a polite way. Okay, this is our criteria. This we should facing. Then point number 6, you have to handle situation with care. Don't take any situation as casual. You have to address situation in a proper way and a calm way. You as a leader. Then point number 6, you have to have a good exit strategy in case of any conflicts or any issue arise. You as a leader, you have to, when you are doing performance review, you have to have your exit plan. Then I'm going to talk about 6 points in between the leader review sets. 6 points, a leader, between a leader review, you have to set as an example. Number 1, be a leader. You have to be a leader when you are evaluating or doing performance review. You have to be a leader. You have to set a high standard that you are also following the principle and you are disciplined, and you have to have your own criteria, your own development, personal attitude. Then point number 3, you have to be fair in judging everyone in the same way, so you're able to make a rightful decision. Then point number 4, you have to be approachable, so at least everybody will feel and say what is right for him, and he have to say what is in his mind, or this is my duty, and feel free to answer to any question and any negative feedback or positive feedback you give to them, so they were able to reply in a proper way. Then point number 5, you have to be a coach. Coaching in a sense that in their duty and responsibility, you have to tell them that this is what we are looking for. This is what we want you to do. You have to be like a coach. You have to be like a father. This is not only apply in a business place. It's also apply in an organization, in other areas, Then point number 6, you have to be a role model. Role model in a sense that they should look at you, what you are doing, you understand? You serve as an example, so do as the woman does. So you have to cite an example. In conclusion of all these topics, I tried to define what is performance review. Performance review simply means that is an assessment whether there is a progress in any development or there is a good relationship. Then my previous topic, I talk about how to gather information for performance review. That means you need to gather some information, whatever things your staff is doing, your subordinates is doing, you have to keep in record, and you have to praise them in every situation. So you have to fear to them that this is what we are looking for. And when someone did his best, you have to praise him that, oh, I appreciate you, So in the year, when the year finish, you're able to analyze that, oh, this person is doing a good job. So you have to be fair, So you don't have to be emotional, or this person is very sympathetic, let me give him the praise because of that. No, you have to be liberal to everybody and do the same thing. So I will stop here. These are all for performance review. So to conceptualize this one, how set staff for the next review. How you can set staff for the next review. So I stop here.